Tanang mangrove ito, it's in my mimpi. Dari dulu, I have to plant 1 million mangroves in Indonesia. I don't know why.
Why
Tapi
mangrove, Bu? Why is it so important to plant mangrove?
if other plants yang biasa can convert mungkin times berapa kali.
Iya.
Tapi kalau mangrove itu times 30 kali. Times
Wow.
very strong.
Super
and
effective ya?
Super effective. For me, on my own total, I think I planted almost 30,000 mangroves all over Indonesia.
30.000
Yeah.
mangrove. Ibu Marisol Hernandez atau kita panggil Ibu Candy.
Yes.
Bu Candy merupakan seseorang yang sangat berpengalaman. Beliau sudah 3 dekade, 3 decade of experience in communication industry, have been teaching about communication for 2 decades in London School Public Relation. Boleh cerita nggak, Bu, pengalaman Ibu membesarkan Daniel dari Filipina sampai di Indonesia?
Daniel itu was born with autism.
Okay.
Dia ada ADD, ada dyslexia. If there's ibu di sini yang nonton, anaknya baru katawan with autism, jangan takut, jangan panic, don't lose hope. Your son or your daughter needs you. Family itu penting. That's why I miss him so much. Mamanya udah kehilangan someone who goes with adventure. Grief itu nggak bisa dibilangin sedih. Grief itu aku panggil itu cinta. Grief is love. Continuation of love. Pas liburan kemarin ke Bali, I bawa foto na wherever we go, I bring his photo. I have a big photo. We love taking pictures. We wear sama-sama baju. If Christmas, New Year. Tapi dia udah nggak ada. So I bawa foto, tetap ada Daniel niya. Yeah, that's why, sorry, I want to share. I put him in my
Forever my heart.
forever in my heart. So I even have a tattoo of Daniel. He will be with me forever. Yeah, I will not forget.
Hi everyone, welcome to Hive Intelligent Podcast. Hari ini saya bersama ahli komunikasi yang sangat luar biasa. Seseorang yang kemarin bertemu di ASEAN Sekretariat, yaitu Ibu Marisol Hernandez, atau kemarin kita panggil Ibu Candy.
Yes.
Apa kabar Ibu Candy?
Baik, selamat sore, selamat siang. Apa kabar semuanya?
Baik ya.
Iya, luar biasa. Saya bersyukur ako diundang sama Mas
Mora.
Mas Mora ini ya. Rencananya ini udah like sebelum holiday tapi
Harusnya ya.
sibuk banget, berduanya sibuk. So terima kasih kita
Terima
dapat
kasih banyak.
waktu. We have finally dapat waktu hari ini.
Senang banget Bu
Yeah.
Candy bisa ngobrol dengan Ibu. Dan hari ini sebenarnya hari libur nasional gitu ya, tapi Bu Candy juga masih sibuk ya, dan ini menyempatkan waktu beberapa saat di sini di podcast Hive Intelligence. Bu Candy merupakan seseorang yang sangat berpengalaman. Beliau sudah 3 dekade, 3 decade of experience in communication industry. Have been teaching about communication for 2 decades in London School Public Relation Institute ya.
Yeah.
And you are very good at speaking English as well as Filipino as well as bahasa.
Ya, bahasa. Ya.
Bisa ya Bu ya?
Ya, bahasa saya sudah lumayan daripada lumanyon. Joke. No, that itu yang paling pertama diajarin sama siswa aku. Ma'am, bilangin, lumayan daripada lumanyon. Okay, your bahasa lumayan. Bersyukur karena di Philippines, Tagalog itu banyak sama kata-kata di Indonesia. So aku cepat belajar bahasa Indonesia. Tapi belajarnya cuman yang bukan like serious. Saya cuman dengar dan ingat dan pakai. I use my bahasa in my daily routine, like ngobrol sama. Kebanyakan ajarin by taxi driver dulu, Bluebird. So, I appreciate Bapak-Bapak Bluebird karena salah satu guru saya untuk ngomong bahasa Indonesia. Karena kalau
Nggak dilatih,
dilatih nggak bisa.
ke jalan ya. Dan Ibu nggak pernah formal training ya? It's
Ada.
just by trying in conversation ya.
Betul.
Luar biasa. Bu Candy saat ini bekerja sebagai asisten director and head di Community Relation Division di Community Affairs Directorate ya, ASEAN Sekretariat. Luar biasa, sibuk sekali menangani berbagai hal, dan kemarin saya saat berkunjung dari area ke ASEAN Sekretariat juga diterima dengan very welcome by Bu Candy. Thank you so much, Bu. I really appreciate that. So I'm very interested with Bu Candy's story because she was a very busy woman, a professional in communication industry, but she also are someone who originally from Philippines, Manila, and work in Jakarta, Indonesia.
Yeah.
And when you come here in 2005, in 2025, Ibu Candy juga bersama anaknya yang memiliki special needs, ya, datang sendiri, ya, tanpa pasangan waktu itu, memulai hidup, dan dari 2005 sampai 2025 di Indonesia sampai 2026 sekarang ini. Luar biasa story-nya. Kita ingin dengar story-nya nih, Bu, karena banyak pemirsa juga yang dari seorang mom gitu ya, yang kemarin kita ada expert dari seseorang yang memiliki sekolah autisme, cerita tentang pengalamannya, dan mendapat banyak sekali komen, tanggapan dari netizen gitu. Bu Candy mungkin boleh cerita nih, atau Kak Candy aja ya, karena sangat muda ya.
Enggak, udah tua.
Kak Candy, gimana perasaannya di Indonesia? Apakah udah terasa seperti rumah sendiri atau masih seperti tempat asing? Atau
Oke. Mungkin kita mulai dari udah kasih tahu dari 2005 ya, betul. Tanpa apa-apa pengalaman mengenai Indonesia. I don't know Indonesia. Indonesia itu bukan salah satu negara yang mimpi aku datang kan. Everyone dulu zaman aku kan I am a baby Gen X.
Gen X.
All Gen Xer itu kalau dibilangin mau kemana, mau keluar negeri kemana, only one yang in our otak kan, always we will go to US.
Oh iya,
but
benar.
I don't know kenapa Indonesia, kenapa ada saat di hidup aku pas aku ada not so good experience with regards to my marriage. Itu that time like benar-benar collapse, and I don't know, like tiba-tiba ada kesempatan disuruh ke Indonesia, and then dikasih offer like coba karena my background kan broadcast dari Philippines, so dari TV. So we produce like a documentary program in the Philippines. So I work in different TV stations in the Philippines. So ito hidup ako dulu like really sibuk banget. Very sibuk. Until now, sibuk banget. Tapi those are the times like really fun. So that time when my marriage was rock bottom, ditanyain can you try to set up a company in Indonesia. So that time I don't have choices. I feel like kenapa? Why ito kan opportunity. So juga that time kan is like really like I don't know, if you have that problem kan with regards to your marriage, kan ito pasti like you want the world to stop. So, tapi ako focus, okay, karena nabisa kan berhenti kan, because I still have 2 children. I have a son, 2 cowok, anak.
2 cowok.
2 son. Sa pertamanya, that time, in
Umur?
high school,
Okay.
almost going to college.
Oke.
And then yung kaduanya, Daniel, 10 taon.
Oh.
But that time, I came here first, Sendiri, and then I was asked to see how we can set up a production house in Indonesia. Tapi nggak berhasil. And then that time, ada beberapa, kayaknya 2 years. 2 years I've been here, I've been in Indonesia, tapi ada beberapa kesempatan bikin events.
Yeah.
Ada beberapa, ada event yang sama National Geographic,
Yeah.
gitu, bikin event in Bali. Ay, suka banget karena tahun pertama ako di Indonesia, I always go to Bali. So every month I'm in Bali. So I
And you love Bali
I
so
love
much.
Bali so much. So
Yeah.
Bali for me is like something like I always look forward to go to. Karena maybe just a trivia ya. Karena nama ako, kalau if you translate Mari
Mari.
itu artinya sea,
Sea.
laut.
Oh.
And
Mari
then
itu sih.
Sol itu namanya Sol, sun, matahari.
Matahari.
So mungkin ako like benar-benar have to be
Laut,
in the sea and then
sun.
under the sun. So I'm a very adventurous person dari kecil karena diajarin by my papa. So laut itu is like, I always say ako anak pantai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love being the beach.
Dan dokumenter itu Ibu broadcast dokumenter kan di Filipina juga udah broadcast. Itu juga hubungannya dengan nature atau lebih ke culture
Iya.
atau
Banyak macam-macam, ada culture, ada sports, ya, sports events. Banyak kan kalau bilangin Bali kan banyak event yang jet ski atau eventnya surfing, so something like that. So that time okay, masih tetap di kerjaannya di Philippines, tapi ada kesempatan juga when I was asked by the owner of LSPR, ada opportunity. I was introduced by a Filipina
Iya.
to the owner of LSPR, Ibu Prita Kamalgani. To, I don't know, that time ito, I think ito rancananya
Iya,
Tuhan.
Tuhan, ya.
So when I met Ibu Prita, she owns a school. Dia punya sekolah LSPR. That time they want to start the media center.
Oh. They don't have it before ya.
Yeah,
Just
they have a like a small studio. So I think they want to perkembangan,
Oh, yeah.
like make it like more bigger. And that time booming banget kan mass komunikasi.
Betul.
2005. So I was also asked like, bisa nggak, can you help me teach mass communication, because my background kan TV. And then keduanya bantuin untuk bikin LSPR studio, LSPR TV namanya. Ya, ini LSPR itu sangat-sangat bagus karena learning itu di LSPR itu bukan classroom terus.
Oh, ya?
Learning
Praktek
itu
ya?
practical, ya, practical. That's why kalau kerja di televisi, kalau you
Baca
pakai
buku.
buku nggak mungkin kan. You
Betul.
harus punya, ada setupnya, ada
Iya.
kameranya, ada microphone-nya, latih. You
Yeah.
have to learn. If you have student like who wants to be broadcaster, harus di depan kamera, harus bikin script. Karena di Philippines dulu kita dilatih bukan cuman kalau you camera face cuman ngobrol baca script. No, you have to write your own script.
Wow.
You have to know how to shoot and how to edit juga.
Wow.
Kalau di Philippines
seru
gitu.
banget
So
ya.
itu yang, that's what we, like I tried to set in for my student, murid-murid ako. Pertama ako ajar di LSPR batch 9-10 batch.
9-10.
Ya, itu batch itu luar biasa karena I fell in love with the student karena so anak Indonesia itu kaget, baik banget. It's like I'm teaching high school
Really?
student. They are
Yeah.
not college. Sopan, baik. So it's my first time
Yeah.
to like really officially be a lecturer, a teacher for university student. Tapi I fell in love karena we were producing something, we are creating,
Yeah.
and I see, ako sangat-sangat appreciative anak-anak Indonesia, Jakarta, Indonesia,
Yeah.
very creative,
Hmm.
very creative.
Ada momen yang berkesan nggak Bu? Interaksi dengan mahasiswa Indonesia di LSPR? Kayak cerita-cerita, misalkan di kelas gitu, ada pertanyaan atau ada kegiatan, ada hal-hal lucu gitu.
Banyak. I really love my first batch karena even sampai sekarang mereka masih kontak sama aku.
Wow.
di Amerika, they will message me. We have group, masih tetap satu group.
Yeah.
They will tell me, Ma'am, I'm already in. Like, ada satu siswa, dia magang di CNN, dia magang di, luar biasa anak ini. Now, dia kerja di APEC.
APAC.
Yeah, and I remember she met me before the holiday last time. She came to Jakarta and then she met me. She even went to ASEC that time karena dia kerja di APEC kan. So dia bisa masuk ke ASEAN. To luar biasa. So itu aku like so touched karena anak-anak itu never forget Miss Candy.
Wow.
And they still, and even until now, like appreciate me, Ma'am. Without you giving us opportunity dulu, without you teaching us, maybe I'm not here. And no, it's you. It's not me, your dosen. Dosen itu only kan like lead you, tapi all the skills, the talent itu punya kamu sendiri. I just let you blossom. So itu something. Itu salah satu yang nggak bisa dibayar. Sebagai guru, sebagai dosen, itu yang, those are the treasures that I will keep in my heart until I die. Even. That's why mungkin aku udah susah pulang.
Udah susah pulang ya?
Yeah.
Saking attach-nya ya?
Dulu, pertama I bilang, mungkin 2 years only I will teach. And then 18 years.
18 years in total?
18 years in total in LSPR. So dari batch 10, yang terakhir ako ajarin, batch 2, 4.
Oh, berarti 10 tahun berjalan maksudnya ya?
2, 3, 2, 4 ya. So, luar biasa itu. Being a lecturer to something, it's very rewarding. Rewardnya bukan bank account kamu, uang kamu, bukan. Tapi yung punya, you know that
somebody will blossom ya.
Yeah, out there they're having their good career. Ada beberapa. So they still keep in touch. So that one, itu makes your heart really full.
Betul. Apa tantangannya Bu selama mengajar di Indonesia? Ini kan negara baru. Bahasanya, Ibu kan mengajar dengan bahasa campur ya?
Okay. Ya, challenge pasti pertama karena ako kan harus ngajar bahasa English. 2005 itu belum maksimal Indonesia itu masih anak-anaknya masih malu ngobrol bahasa English.
Jadi so quiet kadang-kadang.
Tapi aku juga kan I don't know the bahasa. I'm still learning kan. So itu challenge. Tapi karena materi kalau di LSPR itu kan ada berapa persen English, berapa Indonesia. So kalau TV film and video production, I told them we will learn the international language in broadcast.
That's true.
So mungkin itu yang bagusnya juga karena beberapa anak-anak bisa di-challenge, you could ask them to apply even CNN, apply BBC.
Ada yang
ada beberapa. Australia Broadcasting ada.
Ada yang udah work abroad juga?
Udah work abroad, udah successful, udah.
Ada selebriti juga nggak atau Instagram seleb yang pernah jadi mahasiswa?
Mahasiswa ada beberapa selebriti. Namanya PJ, she's one of our LSPR karena kita ada ambassador like environment kan, karena I ngajar juga environment itu salah satu subject that I teach in TV film and video production sama intercultural. So communicating climate change itu salah satu yang very close to my heart juga karena when I teach itu bukan I teach yang I only learn. I teach because it's my passion.
Betul.
I do it. So it's easy to teach when it's coming from your own passion than yang you just teaching because
you have to teach. You're given this.
And you're studying it also. No. I teach because I do it. So itu.
Dan Ibu menjadi salah satu dari Al Gore leaders ya.
Climate reality leader.
Climate reality leaders. Boleh cerita nggak apa yang Ibu lakukan selama di
itu di LSPR juga mulai dari 2007 karena kita kerja sama British Council. Kita ada kesempatan create namanya before we call it Heroes of the Environment.
Oh,
Then pas kerja sama itu like
dengan British
club,
Council.
like club kan, club saja. Dan pas kita kerja sama sama British Council Director itu dibilangin, kenapa you change it to Climate Change Champions Club?
Oke.
So we are climate change champions. So anak-anak LSPR itu very very apa juga ya, concern about
Right.
environment. That time kan we're talking about climate change.
Yeah.
Climate change, how to be a solution dan
Yeah.
become a problem. So salah satu program yang kita nggak berhentiin, like we always make sure every semester we have this program karena every Maret itu very special karena ulang tahun juga ako. Tapi Maret itu it's like Earth Day. So ada apa ya? Bukan Earth Day sih, tapi every March we call it our Environment Month. So the whole month of March kita ada activities. Ada green concert, ada clean up pantai, and then yung my paling favorite itu tanam mangrove.
Tanam mangrove.
Yeah, tanam mangrove itu it's in my mimpi dari dulu. Like I have to plant 1 million mangroves in Indonesia. I don't know why.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Why mangrove, Bu? Why is it so important to plant mangrove?
Maybe if you don't know yet, mangrove ito is one of the most important tree or plant that we need to. Number one, it will help soil erosion with mangrove it will really help, especially that's why it's planted at the beach supaya it will protect the community. Of course with all the roots niya it will spread it's like for me it's a protection. Aside from that, mangrove ito
biodiversity juga.
It's of course it's rumah untuk ikan, untuk sea creatures. Tapi mangrove itu salah satu kalau dia plants convert carbon dioxide to oxygen. Itu if other plants yang biasa can convert mungkin times berapa kali, tapi kalau mangrove itu times 30 kali.
Wow.
Very strong.
Super effective ya.
Super effective, and we all know mangrove is very important. Aside from mangrove, semua parts of the mangrove bisa bikin apa? Odol.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh really?
So many. Yeah, candy, juice, all parts niya. All parts niya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many mangroves have you planted so far?
Maybe kalau dari peak mungkin berapa ya? Kalau anak LSPR itu, because every year we have it for me on my own total, I think I planted almost 30,000 mangroves all over Indonesia.
30,000 mangroves
not
sudah
only in peak, tapi sampai ke Semarang, beda-beda. Marunda, something, we went there. And then, not only mangrove, kita juga tanam baby coral. So,
baby coral,
we always go to Seribu Island. Pulau Seribu.
Pulau Seribu.
Sorry, Seribu Satu.
Pulau
Seribu. We do clean up pantai.
Jadi diving terus taruh di
we do
kerangkanya
diving.
ya?
Yeah, we dive and then we plant the itunya. Baby corals.
Baby coral,
So those are the things that I love doing in LSPR. And sangat-sangat sampai sekarang.
Yeah.
I'm asking, why did I leave LSPR? Because I just love what I'm doing in LSPR.
Right.
What I'm doing there, ito bukan doing. I love being with the student.
Yeah.
And then seeing them, like you pass on the responsibility and then they take charge. I have so many leaders yang I can say, and like I'm so proud karena mereka udah beberapa juga in different organization juga lanjutin ito what they started also. And yung bagusnya di LSPR sampai sekarang ako udah nga ada di situ, tapi LSPR Force itu tetap masih eksis. Tetap masih bikin program-program yang untuk yang kita pertama jalanin sampai sekarang. So itu yang something like ako bersyukur banget.
Kalau sekarang ini Bu, menurut Ibu cerita tentang climate change itu apa sih isu yang paling pressing yang mungkin kalau Ibu bisa kembali ke LSPR pengen create lagi gitu?
No, pengen greatly. For me, kan I told you, in that mimpi kayaknya I harus itu sih. So, I'm thinking kenapa aku di luar LSPR sekarang kan mungkin kenapa di ASEAN.
Yeah.
I'm thinking apa program yang kita bisa lakukan di ASEAN yang
Iya.
mungkin bisa seluruh ASEAN itu 1 juta pohon itu it's easy kan.
1 juta pohon ya?
1 million mangrove itu di seluruh Indonesia nggak mungkin susah kan.
Betul,
It's
betul.
supposed to be easy. So
How much do we spend to plant one mangrove? Do we calculate like that or we just spend one day?
actually it's so easy to plant mangrove.
Oh,
Very easy.
very easy.
Ya, kecuali you harus benar-benar
Harus nyelam kan?
nyelam.
Iya.
Becek bukan air aja. Itu becek.
Becek.
Sometimes it goes up to sometimes
Oh,
lautnya tergantung itu kan itunya posisinya kalau benar-benar di laut kan bisa sampai
betul.
and then you really have to go down.
Udah, iya.
Ya, tapi it's not hard. It's so easy. And itu banyak bibit yang banyak yang bisa sponsorin. Orangnya aja.
Yeah.
Kita harus ajak, ayo kita tanam mangrove. Siapa yang mau ikut? So someone has to start that campaign. Karena kalau you top university, pasti siswa support.
Iya,
Pasti
iya,
if you ask maybe community, pasti community support.
menarik banget.
You just
ya.
have to do it. Create the event.
Oke.
Itu yang kurang
Boleh
sekarang.
nih teman-teman yang
Iya,
tertarik
we
ya.
need someone. Maybe siapa, ada yang orang di sini bantu. Ayo kita tanam 1 juta pohon mangrove
Wah,
di Indonesia.
menarik banget ini.
Iya.
Wah, dan tadi Bu melanjutkan bahwa Ibu setelah dari LSPR ke ASEAN Sekretariat. Menarik banget bahwa Ibu belajar mass communication, sharing tentang communicating climate change, kemudian sekarang speaking in ASEAN way, ASEAN language. Banyak yang bertanya-tanya apa itu ASEAN way? Kira-kira kalau Ibu gambarkan ASEAN way dalam komunikasi selama ini, bekerja selama ini, apa itu Bu?
Okay. Actually, a little bit sensitive. I am because as I'm part of the community relations division.
Okay.
So we are not really supposed to give interview, kecuali approved by.
Okay.
But mungkin sharing saja
Yeah.
ASEAN itu kan we all know now 11 countries.
Iya, tambah Timor Leste.
Timor Leste baru kan. So we're very happy that now we have 10 ASEAN countries yang bisa kerjasama in a consensus way. Satu decision has to be, everyone has to be have to give their decision, not
Right.
one, okay, I want this. No, everyone, that's what I appreciate in ASEAN.
Konsensus.
Consensus, mereka ngobrol, meeting, and it will not push through if nggak 11-nya will approve.
Betul.
Ya kan?
Gitu ya. Jadi
So itu yang bagusnya, nggak bisa sendiri-sendiri.
sendiri-sendiri ya.
And you will really see how all of these ASEAN countries help each other, filling in the gap. For not all countries kan sama.
Yeah.
Kan ada negara yang udah maju, masih ada yang negara masih di bawah. Tapi mereka bisa meet halfway, bisa itu saling bantu each other.
Dan solusi untuk negara maju itu mungkin sedikit berbeda dengan negara berkembang ya. Jadi kecepatannya nggak harus sama ya.
Iya, nggak harus sama, tapi untuk bantunya, opportunity-nya giving to all 11 countries itu bagus. For example, one benefit as an ASEAN kan, kita bisa kunjungin 11 ASEAN itu tanpa visa.
Betul. Oh iya, itu penting banget ya.
Where in the world you could do that kan.
Iya,
Itu
iya.
penting banget, salah satu.
Betul.
For example, learning from the ASEAN countries kan.
Iya.
There's so many Indonesians studying in Philippines, so it's easy, opportunity to dikasih, dibuka to the younger generation especially.
Okay. What motivated you to join ASEAN Secretariat before?
Okay, motivation. At first, I didn't know because I thought I will be a lecturer forever.
Oh, yeah.
Like I thought I will be retiring as a lecturer because as I told you, I love what I'm doing. Tapi ada instance yung I have to, I don't know, yeah, when I was asked,
Yeah.
there's a Filipino retiring
Yeah.
that time, and then they asked me to apply.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, apply, I don't think I will get that. So like, I don't think I can get that job. So, but when I applied, it happened so fast. So I was asked to apply October, November. I harus resign the LSP. I was like, I don't know, as if it's like it was directed by the Almighty. Somewhat,
Yeah.
for me, I'm a Christian. Ako Christian, sangat bersyukur dan sangat believe that whatever happening in our life, ito diransana kan karena it's
God's
part
plan,
of
ya?
God's plan. So I always believe in that and I always trust that whatever it is, wherever God put you in, karena yung pas ako separated in Philippines, kanapa Tuhan kasi bawa ako di Indonesia. Why Indonesia? Tapi I did not ask that. I did not ask that anymore. And then now, kenapa di ASEAN?
Yeah.
Mungkin like ada expansion niya.
Oh.
Sometimes kan Tuhan God will lead you and bring you to
Responsibility.
bigger territories.
Yeah.
I don't know, but kayaknya yeah, lakad dyan, the ASEAN ito, it's very challenging, but God knows I love challenges. Maybe that's why I'm there.
With talking about challenge, you Ibu Kak Candy lah ya, juga suka bungee jumping.
Oh, yeah, as mentioned, ako juga punya channel, Candy's Random Adventure.
Oh, please
Yeah.
Subscribe ya and take a look ya. iCandy's
Random Adventure. Ito random adventure ito karena sometimes kalau kita planning kan, the more susah kan.
Betul.
Tapi
Malah capek
kalau,
jadinya.
Capek.
Iya.
Tapi kalau, okay, let's go to Bogor.
Langsung
Go to Sentul, go to all the churug. Semua churug di Sentul ay udah pernah
ya Bu ya?
Udah datang.
Udah trekking semua tuh?
Trekking semua.
Mantap.
All done. So if you haven't tried Sentul, go to Sentul, churug. Itu simbilan di Sentul. Luar
Favoritnya
biasa.
apa Bu?
My favorite, ada satu yang churug. Yang paling terakhir. Yang ay lupa namanya. Tapi ada cliff jumping.
Oh.
I love cliff jumping, so I loncat. Tapi itu yang paling terakhir yang juga I went to Churug because I jatuh.
Jatuh ke cliff?
Yes, I jatuh. I slipped and then I thought I'm going to die.
Yeah, I saw you are under like physiotherapy.
Yeah, that time because I hit my hips and then ada kasobek nerve niya.
Aduh.
Yeah. 2 taon na yun. Karena I go to ako ka Sentul during pandemic, I escape supaya nggak going crazy kan. Kalau pandemic kan di rumah. How can you put someone, Miss Candy, di rumah, di kotak, di apartment?
Nggak
bisa. I go crazy, so I escape.
Oh.
And in Churug kan, bisa lepas masker.
Iya.
Breathe nature.
Iya.
Yeah, that one. So itu salah satu juga ako diberhentiin di rumah. And then gara-gara ako jatuh itu.
Iya.
Dan I harus operasi.
Operasi tuh?
Tapi nggak jadi karena I takut karena itu kan spine.
Iya.
Kalau
tular banyak nerve-nya.
Bisa apa namanya vegetable, bisa paralyze kan kalau udah tua kan. So I cari itu, ada doktornya sampai ke Bintaro, Omni Bintaro. Ay dapat 30 menit. Dapat doktor dikasih cuman 1 lembar stretching. Yeah, I followed that sampai sa painnya 10 sampai turun sampai 0. Sampai udah
no pain lagi ya?
Painkiller addict karena sakit banget. I have to drink And yang aku takut kan my ginjal kan, my kidney.
Iya.
Tapi gara-gara dokter muda itu dikasih, okay, if you could do this every day, 3 times a day, you do it every day, you will be okay.
Oh.
I did it. I followed him.
Oh.
Yang ako nga bisa, I coba plan. Sampai ako bisa. Semua steps itu, I think there's like 30 position that I have to do.
Wow.
Sampai itu
Sekarang hilang ya?
Tanpa operasi, I'm not drinking any medicine. And even until now, ini udah ke-4 tahun, I'm still doing the stretching.
Wow, that's so
I have to
good.
do it.
Awesome, Bu. Good.
Yeah, I will feel something if I don't do it. So I do it anyway.
Menarik banget, Bu. Bagaimana Ibu juga bisa sembuh ya dari pengalaman tadi yang jatuh. Ya, ini butuh disiplin, dan kadang-kadang kalau di kantor kan mau stretching berarti kita harus cari waktu khusus ya, apalagi yang sangat sibuk nih. Luar biasa.
Yeah.
Ada olahraga khusus nggak sekarang kayak Zumba atau?
Sekarang gara-gara sibuk kerja di ASEAN nggak ada waktu.
Nggak ada waktu.
But that stretching tetap I have to do it
In the
every
morning?
and before I sleep at night if I can. So karena nggak bisa itu for my, I takut balik itu sakit.
Betul. Boleh nanti di I Candy's Random Adventure dikasih tahu teknik stretching ya supaya orang bisa.
Ya karena aku sharing itu banyak yang reach out to me karena they have also same pain. So I share that one page stretching itu sampai mereka juga ada from different countries they came to me.
Iya. Yang paling sederhana kalau duduk gimana, Bu? Misalkan kita sering duduk nih di layar. Kaki paling di
kaki harusnya kalau duduk kan yang kaki itu kan ada 2 kaki kan always like that. Yung naikin bisa gitu-gituin itu.
Okay.
Because it will like really relieve the nerves that is being. Remember during pandemic kita duduk terus karena online terus. Itu ada yang banyak yang kajepit namanya pinch nerve namanya. Yeah, so maybe later I can share itunya.
Sure, Ibu.
Yeah, the stretching.
Ini kita ingin bahas setelah Ibu setelah pandemi beberapa bulan 18 bulan yang lalu ya. Anak Ibu yang umurnya 29 tahun Daniel itu berpulang. Ibu tentunya sebagai seorang ibu pasti sedih sekali. Bersama-sama dengan Ibu di Jakarta sudah lama ya menemani Ibu, dan kemarin sempat buat acara memasak juga ya dengan Daniel. Boleh cerita nggak, Bu, pengalaman Ibu membesarkan Daniel dari Filipina sampai di Indonesia?
Okay. Itu kan salah satu yang sangat very I can say sedih, tapi saya bersyukur karena aku dikasih anak yang someone yang ada special needs. Itu Daniel itu was born with autism. Dia ada ADD, attention deficient disorder, ada dyslexia. Makanya susah itu pas dia kecil, susah dia belajar ABC. Karena kalau dyslexia itu, huruf itu bisa loncat-loncat. Kalau in their mind ya. When they see it, itu loncat-loncat. So susah for them to read. Tapi kalau you kasih dia masih kecil, all the logo of the different mobil sampai important mobil. Dia tahu, ini Maserati, ini. Dia tahu, karena logo.
Tapi kalau urutan enggak?
Tapi kalau huruf, kalau letters, itu loncat. Makanya susah baca. So those are one of the challenge to have a son with special needs. So harus ada special school, harus ada therapy, itu yang basic harus pas kita dia katawan umur 5 ada autism, ada special needs. Dia langsung ada therapy, occupational therapy, OT. Dan susah kan juga ngomong, speech therapy. So ada beberapa. Itu harus dibantu dari awal supaya ada kesempatan. Karena aku yakin maybe if there's ibu di sini yang nonton anaknya baru katawan with autism, jangan takut, jangan panik, don't lose hope. Atau your son or your daughter needs you, the more you need to give help dari awal. Karena there's a lot of opportunity for them.
Yeah.
Karena I've seen Daniel from 0 to like luar biasa.
Yeah.
He is very, for me, if my grandson will tell who's the most intelligent person in the house, it's Uncle Daniel.
Uncle Daniel.
Uncle Daniel knows everything. So he is like a walking Google.
Oh, really?
Whatever you ask him, he knows.
Wow.
Karena dia bisa lihat, baca, langsung it's like stored memory. So mandi Bluetooth ka otak.
Oh, cepat ya?
Cepat. So itu salah satu gift that they have. They are very intelligent. But you have to draw it. You have to enhance it. Ibu itu, family itu penting.
Yeah.
If you just, ada beberapa kan story, katawan ada autism, dilak di kamar,
Oh yeah.
di padlock, nga ada apa, nga di sekol. Kasihan. They will become, nga ada opportunity. Tapi, if you work together as a family,
Yeah.
then give opportunity for them, they will really strive. You will really see them flourish and they have so much to offer and to give.
Yeah.
Daniel ito salah satu anak yang maybe you will say, maybe I can say, sorry Daniel, I will share. Daniel itu masih bisa kalau dia mau manja, bilangin manja, udah 29 kalau dia nga mau taliin sapato niya, mama niya masih taliin sapato. Tapi I will do that. Ako nga ada masala doing that.
Senang banget malah.
Senang banget doing that. Because I know he has any other skills yang dia bisa share to ato niya, kaponakan niya. Dia bisa, he has a lot to share. Sayang karena mungkin waktunya cuma 29 tahun. Nga lanjut. Tapi every moment that we have with him is very special.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, Bu.
Karena masih 15 itu, it can go back to me.
Yeah.
Just like only it happened yesterday. So masih
baru sekali ya, Bu. 15 bulan yang lalu ya.
Oh, it's not easy. Realizing, Daniel, udah nga ada. Liatin kamar niya, masih. Parang niya di situ. He even know how to play golf, Dia pintar. He can play golf. He can play drums. He can play ukulele.
Wow.
He udah pernah juga, drive a 4-seater airplane, chartered plane. Take off landing
Oh, yeah?
di Pondok Chabe. I have video.
So he is much able than any normal individuals, ya?
Yes, gara-gara itu aja nonton di YouTube, flight simulator, and then dia tahu.
Wow.
They can easily like automatic.
Wow.
Ito namanya photographic memory. And whatever they learn, ito nga bisa remove. They already know that. It will be stored in their memory bank.
Wow.
Pintar banget.
Ya.
That's why I miss him so much. Mama niya udah kahilangan someone who goes with adventure and then
You always bring Daniel.
karena dia shooting, he can operate drone, so he has drone.
Oh, wow.
Dia shooting ibu niya, so ay kakurangan, kahilangan banget. I miss him so much. That's one thing like something like that I have right now. Ito namanya grief. Grief ito nga bisa dibilangin si D. Grief ito ako panggil ito cinta. Grief is love. Continuation of love. Tapi in a different form. Beda. Karena udah nga ada di sini. So how can I continue my love for Daniel? Now, tadi kan ay baro bilang kan sebelum kesini, ay baro fix the flowers. Karena flower shop. So I always make sure I have flowers for him every month.
Oh, you have a special.
Yeah, I have a
Spot.
special spot in our house.
Yeah.
Na ada foto niya.
Oh.
Pas liburan kemarin ke Bali, I bawa foto na wherever we go, I bring his photo. I have a big photo. So pas kita, kana family kan, we love taking pictures.
Together, yeah.
We wear sama-sama baju, if Christmas, New Year. Tapi dia udah nga ada. So I bawa foto, tetap ada Daniel niya. Yeah, that's why, sorry, I want to share. I put him in my
Forever, my heart.
forever
Daniel.
in my heart. So
that's
I even have a tattoo of Daniel.
Yeah.
Because he will be with me forever. Yeah, I will not forget. Dia anak yang proud to say I'm a mama's boy.
Mama's boy.
Mama's boy. Karena ako suruh, you get girlfriend, you get married like kuya, like your brother.
Yeah.
No, I don't want. I want to be with you forever.
Oh iya.
Ito masok niya. He's with me forever. So, and I know that he is with me. I know he is with me forever.
Wah, luar biasa.
Ako bawa ako ada sala satu ito niya. Ashes niya.
Ashes,
I wear it everywhere I go.
Wah. Iya, pasti dia sudah rest in peace in love ya Bu ya. Karena selama 29 tahun pasti Ibu sudah sangat dekat dan pasti dia juga sudah happy sekali ya.
That's why I keep on telling myself, I will always share about him. I will not stop saying his name karena dia hidup sama ako. So I will not stop. And as I told you, grief itu cinta. I lanjutin. I will continue my love for him in a different way. And then I have to face this, masih sakit. Tapi I have to face. Karena kalau I run away kan, pasti it will still pursue me. Tapi if I face it, it transform me. It's transforming me to who I am right now. It's not easy, tapi it keeps my faith more stronger. Reliance on God more. Harus like benar-benar. Karena I will go crazy if I'm going to think like, my anak, kalau
Betul.
if I will ask, kenapa? Nggak bisa tanya
ya.
kenapa. You just have to embrace.
Iya.
Accept and embrace. Then, just percaya.
Hmm.
He has better plans.
Betul.
Pas dia meninggal itu, malam itu, ako pulang, ako darasa something.
Oh.
Ito yung, ako udah sampai lari, karena asek ke dekat rumah.
Iya.
Lari, and then ako bilang, Tuhan, why kenapa I'm feeling this? Not like this.
Iya.
Jangan gitu. And then I sempat bilang, I love him so much. Tapi ako dengar, benar-benar very clear voice of God di bilang, I love him more.
Oh.
That time, ako benar-benar udah like, ang katawan. I cannot do anything. So if God told you that He loves your son more, you have to return.
It's his ya.
Kan cuman dikasih kan cuman
Titipan.
titip.
Iya.
You make me cry. Yeah, I said ako nga mau nangis. Tapi
Iya, selesai Bu ya. Iya. Ada waktu itu nenek saya, Bu, dia kehilangan kakek dan itu susah banget dia untuk melupakannya. Karena begitu dekat, begitu seperti teman yang tiap hari gitu ya. Kadang-kadang malah jadi debilitating juga karena dia jadi kayak nggak bisa ngerjain yang lain. Tapi Ibu mampu conquer this feeling dan transform it into a positive way gitu. Apa kunci advice-nya itu, Bu?
Mungkin karena there's really no other way.
Iya. Just
It's either you wallow, you just cry and cry. Tapi no, you have to see that I accepted that he is in a better place. And ako pikir Daniel nga mau mamanya will just drop and will not continue what we've been doing.
Yeah.
All those happy times. So I hold on to that. Ako pegang ito. Then, sep bangon, dowa, ito pinting. I will not be able to stand without strength from Him. Dari
From God,
Tuhan.
yeah.
From God. So doa itu. Yeah, I can say itu kita nggak ada nothing from us. It's only because of Him. Siap pas buka aja mata kan itu kita harus bersyukur. Karena
Masih kasih hidup, ya.
not everyone can wake up.
Betul.
Yeah.
Ini mengenang Daniel juga, Bu, bahwa Daniel udah tumbuh sedemikian rupa abangnya, kakaknya namanya Dwayne. Sangat suportif juga ya dalam membantu Daniel untuk bisa belajar, bertumbuh.
Iya, pasti.
Gimana Ibu menyampaikan ini ke Dwayne bahwa dia punya saudara yang punya autis, harus bantu seperti apa? Tentunya kan perhatian Ibu kadang-kadang bukan jadi fokus ke anak yang autis kan. Itu gimana Ibu menjelaskan dan juga mengasihi Dwayne?
Ya, itu mungkin salah satu challenge sebagai siblings. I know there's so many like sharing session mengenai siblings itu penting karena they will always feel like jealous.
Oh iya ya.
Why all attention going to him? Tapi harus dikasih tahu. Tapi sometimes walaupun udah dikasih tahu kan pasti kan tetap it's
Cemburu,
going to be cemburu pasti.
Iya.
Ada beberapa karena kan dari ASEAN Autism Network kan I'm part of that group juga before. So there's a lot of like workshop with regards to the siblings, family. Karena itu sangat-sangat dikasih tahu it's one family support. Kalau enggak bisa ketinggalan. Adik-adiknya nggak bisa ngerti. But if they are part of that, karena dia grew up cuman dua sih, nggak mungkin kan yung nggak bantuin. And I always keep on telling him, if kalau aku udah nggak ada, pasti you will take care of your brother kan. Karena kan kita cuman bertiga kan. So he knows that he will be taking care of his brother if I'm gone. Itu salah satu fear sebagai ibu kalau kita duluan, gimana anak kita. Tapi aku salah. While I'm preparing Daniel, dia preparing me. Karena dia mungkin tahu dia duluan dan aku. Dan itu grief itu dari kakaknya itu beda juga. Kakaknya itu I know we have different grieving form of grieving. Kakaknya dia yang langsung masuk ke kamarnya Daniel. Dia mau pakai bajunya Daniel karena dia mau rasa aku jangan don't touch sampai emosi. Don't touch your brother's stuff. Tapi I realize mungkin I will be so selfish kalau grieving aja aku pikirin, tapi anak aku juga grieving. Kokonya juga kehilangan. So I let him. So that time I realized, nggak apa-apa, pakai. Lebih bagus kan, masih lihat, dia pakai. Dia sampai t-shirt, sampai sepatu.
Dicobain ya?
Dipakai. So, at that time, baru 2 minggu, 1 minggu, I mau don't touch anything as if he is still there. So it's an experience. Of course, I'm sure itu experience yang nggak bisa wish for other people karena it's difficult. Paling susah, sakitnya, and I don't think grieving itu dikasih timeline no.
Enggak ya. Harus diterima aja ya.
Nggak bisa berhenti. Because even though ini udah 15 tahun tapi bisa in one moment you're drowning with all the emotions.
Iya.
Itu masalahnya grieving. So just embrace, just walk through it. Yang penting you have faith and trust that God will give you strength. It's not easy and it will not going to be easy.
Miss Candy sekarang udah jadi grandma, udah punya grandchild.
Yes, grandson.
What is grandson ya? What is his name and How old is he?
Okay, I have 2 grandsons,
Oh,
Rowan
yeah.
and then Ronan.
Rowan and Ronan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Satu 12,
Yeah.
baru 12 tanggal 26 Desember. Yang satu umur 7. Dua cowok juga. So bayangin, ako punya 2 son, 2 cucu, and semua Daniel itu love pets. Dia ada toy poodle, semuanya cowok juga. So di rumah semua cowok.
semua.
Dia punya kucing juga cowok, namanya Sky.
They live in Jakarta ya?
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
Karena one of our, ini dulu, kita nggak bisa separate. We have to stick together.
Iya, ya.
Dulu kan masih cuman bertiga.
Iya.
We stick together. And then kokonya nikah.
Kokonya nikah sama orang Filipina.
Iya, orang Filipina.
Filipina.
Dan anaknya juga, istrinya di sini, anaknya di sini.
Udahlah jadi orang Indonesia aja.
Iya, makanya. Iya, so
Lahirnya di Indonesia atau di Filipina?
yang
Grandson.
keduanya lahirnya di
Di
sini.
sini.
Oh. Iya. Tapi yang pertama datang di Indonesia sebelum umur 1. So udah all his life
jadi
juga di sini juga.
feels like Indonesian.
Yeah, Indonesian. He looks like Indonesian, namanya Prasetyo.
Oh, in Prasetyo?
Enggak, I bercandain namanya Prasetyo karena mukanya Indonesia, kulitnya Indonesia.
How's the feeling, Bu, as a grandma, and what do you wish for your
Mungkin
grandsons?
I'm blessed karena mungkin kehilangan sama Daniel bisa divert to cucu juga kan. Then they love their uncle so much karena uncle-nya kan always stay at home with them.
I see.
So when I'm sure yung pertama cucu to kahilangan tapi hindi niya bisa express kan. So tapi I always tell him, we always talk about Uncle Daniel. We talk about how we miss him. So I let him share his feelings or else kasihan. So I let him understand what happened. And then there's someone like some they are the joy now di rumah, tetap di rumah. So it's helping their grandma to stay sane, nggak orang gila, or else di orang gila.
Gak kelihatan kayak grandma loh, Miss Candy loh. Iya, sangat-sangat muda sekali. Miss Candy, what is your, if someone is grieving for the loss of their relatives or even children, what do you advise them to do to stay positive, to stay sane, as you said?
Yung penting, if you need to cry, just cry. Emotions itu sometimes harus kaluan. Don't say like you cowok yung mau na it's okay, nggak apa-apa. Nangis aja karena you express your love itu. It's way of your expression. And then si D, it's okay also not to be okay, number one. Because they always say you have to be positive, you have to, no, it's okay to be not okay. Like, I accept, like, if I'm not okay, I'm not okay. It's okay, Candy. I always talk to myself. Like, I talk to myself, it's okay. Tapi, you don't have to stay that for a long time. You have to be okay, not okay. Be okay. So don't wallow.
Don't wallow.
You have to like really push yourself. Tapi sometimes ako at my age na umur ako ini sekarang udah
25.
Oh iya, 25. Enggak bantar lagi 55. I will be 55. 55. At this age ako like I don't have nothing to lose. If you ask me like if you're ready, I'm ready. I'm even also ready. But if I still have mission here, like what God wants me to do, ito may doa. Kan every New Year kan ada, we don't call it resolution. Tapi what do you want to see? What do you want to achieve again? I'm thinking like I'm asking him, I balikin to God. Like, what do you want me to? So, for me, like, I'm already okay. Like, I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I have a God who I know that loves me, that
Yeah.
I'm a daughter, that
Yeah.
he loves me, that until now he's been taking care of me after what I went through. Karena without him, pasti, maybe I took my life. Yeah, gitu
Because
lang.
the pressure is so big.
Oo. Without
Big,
him, only because of him, by
Wow.
his grace, I am here. You're talking to me.
Iya, iya.
Maybe I
Wow.
am not strong. I am a weak person. They always see that I'm strong.
Iya.
No, it's not me who see the
Iya.
strength of God. That's what I hold on.
You
Without
come
him,
here alone ya, Bu ya?
yeah. Yeah. So it's not easy, but be grateful karena there's always him who
Iya.
will, why I bersyukur, thank God I have
Hmm.
new day. So that time I like try to live one day at a time. One day
One
at
day
a
at
time.
time.
Yeah, don't think of, kalau you think until
5 years.
5 years, then you will have anxiety. Cukup hari ini that you know that God is taking care of you, that
Okay.
God wakes
Wow.
you up, that you can breathe, that you are healthy. Be grateful. Itu penting.
Penting banget.
Bersyukur. Kalau you're not bersyukur, you will be clouded with so many negativity.
Ibu ada journaling juga nggak? Di pagi sama malam? Ada ya?
Ada.
What do you put in your journal?
I have my own, normally as Christian, we have our own morning time.
Morning time, yeah.
Prayer,
Yeah,
prayer.
Morning prayer.
Worship and prayer.
Oh, yes.
Worship is important. Because we are born to worship. So important, we have to make sure that, like, we thank God, we worship Him in the morning, and then we pray. Ito I can say maybe I'm autism juga. Karena ako ada routine. But it's part of my
Bagus itu,
routine.
Bu. Iya.
Karena I will be like, I don't have the strength if I don't pray first. So that's why I need that time to pray. So if I need to wake up extra early so I can pray, I have to do that. So I'm not superwoman. I'm just someone who just trust and hold on to him. Kalau I let go, I'm gone maybe. Yeah. So he's not letting me go, so I
Stay strong.
stay
and
strong.
Marching forward ya, Bu.
Yes.
Terima kasih
Yeah,
banyak
thank
Miss
you so
Candy untuk
much.
waktunya. Terima
Yeah.
kasih untuk sharingnya. Ini
Sama-sama.
buat saya sendiri personal menguatkan saya bahwa dalam setiap masalah saya juga, Bu, itu saya semakin bergantung pada Tuhan. Terima kasih untuk kesaksiannya ya, untuk sharingnya.
Testimony.
Semoga ini berguna juga untuk rekan-rekan penonton, menguatkan bagaimana mental strength dari Bu Miss Candy ini menjadi inspirasi bagi kita bahwa di setiap langkah hidup kita, di titik terendah pun, asalkan kita punya spiritual relationship dengan Tuhan, kita punya keyakinan yang positif, berusaha positif, pasti ada jalan, pasti ada ketenangan. Terima kasih telah menonton Hive Intelligent Podcast. Sampai jumpa di podcast-podcast selanjutnya. Bye-bye.
Terima kasih.